What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new Division video. Today's video is going to actually be another weapon comparison video. The reason for that is just simply because of the fact this week, actually today indeed, is going to be the last day that you guys can get the lightweight M4 blueprint. And I had a few people in the comments my last few videos request if I could make this video comparing the Lvoa-C and the lightweight M4. If you guys did not know already, I make a lot of weapon comparison videos, and I actually made this video in 1.5. But obviously I know there's like some gear changes and stuff, and weapon changes, exotic changes, and all that stuff. And I know like they didn't make huge changes to this, but I just thought since the blueprint for the lightweight M4 is still available for you guys to buy right now, I thought I'd go ahead and make this video for you guys. So obviously, if you guys aren't aware, these are basically a variant of each other. I guess the Lvoa-C is more or less a variant of the M4, the lightweight M4. Obviously the Lvoa-C is a little bit harder to get than the lightweight M4. I'm not really sure what like the odds are and stuff like that. Like I said before in previous videos, if you guys know any websites that have like super in-depth statistics, like what your ratios are of getting like a certain variant of the gun, or like exactly how much damage like each bullet does at like certain amount of ranges, let me know, because all these videos, I'm just going off the information that the division.zone gives you. If you guys don't know, it's like a super in-depth website that like gives you stuff updated. It tells you like when stuff is updated every single day and whatnot. And the only thing that is actually different for a standpoint of these two weapons comparison are actually the reload speed. I was actually a little bit surprised to see this. Obviously, it's not going to be a huge thing. You're not going to be able to like feel it when you're using these two weapons unless you're just like a person that like counts it or whatever. But the Lvoa-C reloads time is actually 2.55 seconds. And the lightweight M4, any lightweight M4 variant that you have, obviously if it's like a blueprint you re-roll it, any of those lightweight M4s are going to reload at 2.5 milliseconds flat. The Lvoa-C is 0.5 faster, or slower I should say, and the lightweight M4 is 0.5 faster than the Lvoa-C. It's not a huge difference, but it is something. Obviously, if you guys are looking at the accuracy bars on these two weapons when we're comparing them right now, you guys can actually see that the accuracy is just a little bit higher. It's not huge. It's not going to like make your bullets go all over the place or anything if you're using a lightweight M4, but you guys can see that the accuracy is just a little bit higher on the Lvoa-C. And for me personally, I still like the Lvoa-C better. I think it does a little bit more damage. Just for me personally, it could be opinion based, obviously, but I just think that the recoil pattern is easier to manage. Obviously, it's going to be different if you're using the lightweight M4 more or if you're using the Lvoa-C more. But recently, I've been using the lightweight M4 a lot just because of the fact that there's a blueprint, so you can re-roll it as many times as you want and get the best weapon that you get from those blueprints. But obviously, for the most part, the magazine size and fire rate is going to be the same automatically every single time. The only other difference is you guys can see that the enemy armor damage is 4% higher on the weapon than I have. That's just simply because of the fact that I have a blueprint for it. So we're not going to be talking about any of the rolls or anything, but I will go in depth a little bit about the recoil patterns here in just a few seconds. But I did want to talk about the damage. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually like a known thing. Like I said before, I really wish that there's a website that showed you like what your max stuff is and everything, because I'm not really sure exactly what the max is for an Lvoa-C comparing it to a lightweight M4. Because for my build that I have right now, the max damage I can get for a lightweight M4 base damage wise, as you guys see right there, for 22.2k, the highest I can get is 22.4k. That's the highest you can get. Obviously, you saw mine was like 21.6 on the Lvoa-C, which is a little bit lower, but for some people that might be super good for them. But I'm just putting it from a standpoint that I want to know what the highest one is, because they're probably around the same, but I'm just throwing that out there for you guys. But yeah, lastly, I want to show you guys the recoil pattern. This is the lightweight M4. As you guys can see, these two weapons will have a similar recoil pattern because obviously their accuracy is very similar. But for the most part, I always say this, I think that the lightweight M4 has more of a left diagonal recoil pattern, I guess you could call it. It just goes to the left a little bit diagonally. It's not huge or anything. It's not going to mess up your shots and getting headshots or anything, crits. I'm just saying that from a standpoint, and then obviously you guys can see this is the Lvoa-C. It's more of just a straight up, just line right up. And I think it helps you get headshots a little bit easier. Obviously, this is going to be similar to my 1.5 version just because they're really the same thing, but I did find out a little more information, obviously, for you guys, that the Lvoa-C is actually 0.5 faster than the lightweight M4. It's actually pretty funny that we found that out, but yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Whatever weapons you guys want me to compare next, make sure you guys throw it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you can drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.
tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, cause I don't fucking care.